Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be taking a look at three cars. We have on the left you have Hiroaki, in the middle you have Yukio, and on the right you have Takeshi. These were all released in 2013 as super chases, so limited to 4,000 pieces made worldwide. And they are some of the most unique and interesting cars that I think they made that year, and maybe of all time. So let's get into them. Of course, they appear in Cars 2 during that quick little scene where Mater and McQueen are on an airplane and they're watching a Japanese game show or TV show. And of course, those are known in real life as being kind of, ridiculous. And they all have some crazy stunts. So and that is pretty much exactly what happened in the movie. Yukio was like trying to do like an obstacle course or something like that, and he fell off. And then Hiroaki and Takeshi, the two hosts, kind of get in the camera like screaming like ah ha ha ha. So that's kind of the story behind these guys and why they released all three of them together. Let's take a look at Hiroaki first. He's probably my favorite of the bunch. He is a bright yellow color with kind of like light brown wheels. He is one of the few cars released that actually has glasses. Other cars wouldn't be like Eldorado. You had the canceled Eric Wheelie, so he didn't actually get it made. But there are some prototypes out there. Can't think of any other cars off the top of my head. I guess you could include like Lee Race, Jessica GM Patrol, Nate Stanchion. They have kind of like some lab style glasses. But yeah, one of the few cars with glasses. You see they rest on his like mirrors. A little bit of like dust in there. That's a pretty good area for dust to kind of get trapped. He's got a bright smiling face. Eyes are wide open, mouth is wide open. He's got a cool looking hat with a red outline or a red bottom and some blue and yellow, almost like a golden sunset yellow, almost like a pinwheel, and then the red dot on the top. Of course, he starts off as yellow, but the top of the car is actually black. Then the rear license plate. His wheels are a little bit messed up on the front. I remember I first got this guy for Christmas in either 2013 or 2014. And I took him in my pocket to go to places for a couple weeks just because I liked him so much. So he's got a little bit of damage from all that. Then let's go with Takeshi. He has this gigantic hat on. I'm not sure exactly what it's supposed to be replicating. It feels like it's almost like an empirical Japan, like ancient Japan kind of hat, but I'm not exactly sure. The hat is removable. I mean, I easily could have fit him in the single packaging with the hat, but the hat is actually removable. It came with him in the package. So this is the only version of this model that's actually been released like normally. So I guess if you ever want to make a custom, you should probably use a Takeshi. Though his expression probably is not the best. And he's also probably not the cheapest because he is a super chase. The other cars of this model would be Ruka, another awesome and unique car. I did a retro releases video on her a while back. And then you also have Courtney Bracken, who is a future retro release episode. And both of these cars have hats, or all of these cars have hats. You have Yukio with a hat, Hiroaki has a hat, and you have Ruka with a hat. And Courtney Bracken, she doesn't have a hat, but this is removable, and there's a giant hole in her. So this is really the only one that's just like a plain model. Let's put that hat back on. You see the hat itself has like some wrenches coming out, a nice golden metal design. Of course, it's not actually metal, it's just plastic. You can even bend it. Got a little gold thing on the top there. It kind of slopes down, almost like a Darth Vader hat, but I know that's not what it's supposed to be. Here's your license plate. Of course, he is white, and he has like some dirt. That's also something I can see on Hiroaki. He does have a little bit darker wheels. There are a little bit more like pale, a little bit more of a pale brown. Then he has some makeup on both his lips, if cars actually have lips, and the front end of his car, also replicating something that I know it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't exactly explain exactly what it was. And then last but probably not least, we have Yukio, not Takeshi, just Takeshi. There's the wheel color comparison again. It's more of a vibrant brown, and then it's almost similar to Hiroaki's. He also has the dirt, of course, in the movie. He kind of ends up on his side like this. He is like a bright green color, looking pretty, really colorful actually. He's got, once again, he's got like a bright expression similar to Hiroaki's almost. But if you look like underneath the hat, you can kind of see, it's a little bit hard to see where the eyes like end, but you can kind of sort of see it. Of course, the expression on Takeshi is different, very different from both of those guys. He's kind of like, I don't know, yelling, angry or something like that. He, of course, has a giant helmet. It's a pink hat that has the number 3 on it, and also has cat ears. And that's another, I guess, reference to the Japanese game shows, because a giant helmet with cat ears, giant pink helmet with cat ears, is definitely something that they would make a contestant on one of those shows wear. There is your license plate. There's the bottom of the car. Here's the bottom of all 3 of the cars, just in case anyone is for any reason, interested in seeing that. They all have the same color eyes, actually. They're all a brown color. And that should be Takeshi. He has these little holes in his helmet. Not exactly sure what those would be used for. And of course the helmet kind of comes down and protects his like non-existent chin. That is it for these 3 beautiful cars, Hiroaki, Yukio, and Takeshi. Some of the coolest super chases and some of the coolest cars overall that Mattel has done in their, how many years to be now? The 17 years of making cars. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.